This presentation is a guide to completing the Form I-765 Application for Employment Authorization for OPT students. Many students have questions regarding the Form I-765, so this tutorial will answer common questions and provide detailed instructions on completing the form. You may obtain the current version of the Form I-765 from the link here. It is highly recommended to download the form and complete it by typing answers, then printing and signing the application. We do not recommend handwriting the application. Please note that the I-765 is subject to changes, and this video was made for the version released on May 31st, 2018. On page 1 and part 1 of the form, the applicant must indicate the reason for applying. If you have never applied for work authorization document, EAD card from USCIS, please check the box, Initial Permission to Accept Employment. If you have applied for OPT in the past, please check the box 1C, Renewal of my permission to accept employment. On page 1 and part 2, Information about you, please write your name as it appears on your passport. If you have had previous legal names, such as your last name before marriage, please write that in the Other Names Used section on the right. On page 2, for question 5, you must enter the mailing address that will be used for your I-765 application. This is the address where all documentation regarding your case, including your EAD card, will be sent. It should be a residence where you intend to live for at least 3 to 5 months in the future. You must write your name on the mailbox in order to ensure the successful delivery of your EAD card. If you prefer, you may use the address of LaSalle's Office of International Services or a reliable friend or family member. In this case, you should write the person's name in question 5A in care of name. For question 6, you should indicate if this is your physical residence by answering yes or no. If the address used in question 5 is not where you actually live, you must write your physical address at the time of the application for questions 7. On page 2, in the section called Other Information, you should answer questions 8 and 9 if you have previously filed an application with USCIS and if you have an alien registration number or online account number. Answer the personal questions about gender and marital status in questions 10 and 11, and for question 12, answer yes or no if you have ever filed an I-765 application before. For question 13, answer yes or no if you have been issued a Social Security card. If you answered yes to number 13A, please enter your Social Security number in question 13B. If you do not have a Social Security number, you can select yes on question 14 to apply for one in the OPT application process. If you intend to apply for a Social Security number, answer yes to questions 14 and 15 and provide your parents' information in questions 16 and 17. For question 18, list all countries where you are currently a citizen or a national. On page 3, enter the information about your place and date of birth in questions 19 and 20. For question 21, enter your I-94 arrival and departure record. You can obtain this by going to the website. You can also enter your current passport information regarding the passport number, country of issuance, and expiration date. For question 22, look at your I-94 record to write the last date of arrival into the United States. And in question 23, enter the city where you arrived to the U.S. Note that this may be different than your final destination. For questions 24 and 25, enter your immigration status, the most recent time that you arrived in the U.S., and your current status, such as F1 student. For question 26, enter the SEVIS number on your I-20. On page 3, on the right column, under the Eligibility Category section, you must answer question 27. For post-completion OPT used after graduation, enter the code C3B. For pre-completion OPT used during your academic program, enter the code C3A. If you are applying for pre or post-completion OPT, you can leave the questions 28 to 31 on page 3 blank. On page 4, in part 3, applicant statement, consent, information, declaration, certification, and signature, start with the application statement section. Select 1A in the contact information section if you have prepared and completed the application yourself. In the contact information section, enter your phone number in the daytime phone number section and mobile phone section, and enter your personal email address. Finally, on the right side in the applicant's signature section, type the date that you completed the form. Then you should save and print the completed form. Sign on the form in pen. Do not use an electronic signature for the form I-765. Starting on page 4 until page 6 is for parts 4 and 5, interpreter and preparer statement. If you did not use the services of an interpreter or preparer, you may leave all of the questions in part 4 and 5 blank. On page 7, part 6, additional information, you can use these spaces to enter information about questions that you did not have enough space to answer earlier in I-765. If you have done any periods of CPT or OPT in the past, including for different degree levels, you must provide more information in this section. For question 1, you must enter your family name and given name. For question 3, you must enter the code 3227. And in section 3D, you must enter all of the following information about all past practical training experiences like CPT and OPT. In the section, you must include the information about CPT, OPT authorization, if that authorization was full-time or part-time, your SEVIS ID number during the time of authorization, the company name, dates of authorization, and degree level, such as bachelor's or master's. If you have any questions about this section or any part of the I-765, please contact the Office of International Services. Thank you.